Hey guys, what's up? Thank you so much for joining the training. My name is Stephanie Rollins and I've seen a few chatbots. Actually, I've seen a lot of chatbots. I've built quite a few chatbots and I know exactly what is making your chatbot suck. So if you are not getting results with your bot and if you are not really feeling how your bot is going and your users aren't feeling it, then stay tuned because I've got 15 things that you need to check out right now. Okay, reason number one why your bot sucks is you don't have one at all. It's 2019 and it's time to ride the messenger marketing train. Everyone is doing it. All businesses are starting to use it for their customer service or just to drive e-commerce sales. So it's time for you to start utilizing it too, whether it is to just help your customers out with basic FAQs or if it's to give them certain sales suggestions for your e-commerce store. You definitely need to have a chatbot. It's super easy to set up. If you go to manychat.com, that's my favorite platform for building chatbots, then you can set up a free account and get started today. So go ahead and do that now before you go into the rest of the training. That way you know exactly how to set yours up. Okay, reason number two is that you're not letting your chatbot do the follow-up. So the ultimate purpose of a chatbot is to save you time and help you make more money in your business so that you're not always in the minutia of your business. So if you're not letting your chatbot do the follow-up, or if you are just totally ignoring your customers because you don't have the correct follow-up sequences set up, then you definitely need to fix that because that is not the way to go. You definitely want to make sure that your customers are getting their answers because that's the only way that they're going to shop with you and become your brand evangelist. So make sure that your chatbot is doing the follow-up. If your chatbot is not, then your chatbot sucks. I'll give you a great example of this. So a few weeks ago, I was going through a bot just kind of see what the bot was about. I love doing a lot of bot research and things like that. And I asked the bot a question and it took 30 minutes for the bot to respond. It was actually a human that responded. I could tell it was a human, but it took 30 minutes for them to respond. Whereas you can set up automated answers for different questions that people have. And don't get caught into this trap, especially if you already have a message prompt on your Facebook page that has those pre-populated questions. The worst thing that you can do is give someone questions that they want answered and then actually not answer them. So make sure that your bot is doing the follow-up every time. All right, number three is that your bot is not set up in a way that's gonna save you time and money. So when you're setting up your bot, you wanna start off with some basic customer service data. So if you've got a list of FAQs or if you've got certain email templates that you automatically send out to users when they have a specific question, these are the same things that you can use in your chatbot. You should also be pushing them to your products. So after they ask a specific question, if it relates to a product, then you want to definitely make sure that you're giving them a link or showing them a gallery of their best sellers. That way they can go ahead and head onto the website on their own and start shopping. That way it's saving your team and you time and making you more money in the process. All right, number four is your chatbot's not personalized. It's not getting personal with the user. You definitely want to make sure that you're asking them about them and their needs as opposed to talking about your company and what your company does and what your company sells. Only start talking about yourself when they've indicated that they need something directly from you. Other than that, definitely make sure that you are entertaining your readers because you want them to feel special. Even though they're talking to a robot, you still want them to feel special and feel comfortable in that space. A lot of people are getting frustrated with chatbots these days because they're not personalized, they are super robotic. It's obvious that they're talking to a robot, and so they don't feel comfortable necessarily always talking with a chatbot. They don't feel like they're going to get the answers that they need. So definitely make sure that your chatbot is being personal, it's making that person feel comfortable, and you're definitely putting their interests first. All right, number five is a big one. So the fifth reason why your chatbot sucks is because it doesn't have any personality. Okay, we know we're talking to a robot. We don't want it to sound like a robot also, right? Definitely infuse some culture, some of your brand's culture in there. Definitely infuse some humor and personality. We don't want them feeling like they are talking to a robotic machine, even though they are technically. But we have the opportunity to give our bot some personality. So definitely make sure that you're double checking your bot. If it has no personality, or if you are just using some default replies, then I need for you to fix that right now. Your chatbot sucks. All right, number 6 is you are letting Facebook dictate what types of questions your audience asks and how your chatbot actually interacts with your audience. This is a huge no-no, my friend, and the reason why is because 9 times out of 10, when you allow Facebook to put the pre-populated questions on your bot or for your message prompt, there's not gonna be a response. I can't tell you how many chatbots I've clicked on. I've clicked these questions and I've gotten absolutely no response at all, ever. So definitely don't make that mistake. If you are doing that, that probably means that you don't have a proper bot set up and you're probably just using the Facebook settings in order to get people to message you. And you definitely need to go back, look at some bot software. Like I mentioned earlier, ManyChat is my favorite. And definitely go ahead and get started with some basic questions and automated responses that you can start implementing now. All right, number 7 is you are only using your chatbot for the basics and not using the growth tools. Now, I guess this is okay if you're just using the chatbot for customer service issues, that's totally fine. However, if you are looking to get more subscribers to your email list, or if you are looking to get more people to your social media, definitely driving traffic through your bot is a great way because Facebook Messenger is it's a frictionless method of marketing to people, right? So we definitely want to make sure that we're going to a place where they're comfortable. So if we are inviting them into our bot, we're using our growth tools, we're using our website widgets and things like that. ManyChat has some really great options on their software for just getting more people into your chatbot. And if you are not utilizing these tools, definitely make sure that you check them out and you get started now so that you can start getting more people into your bot, more people onto your email list seamlessly, and your social media as well. Oh, and that goes for your funnels too, before I forget, that definitely goes for your funnels. All right, number 8 is you're not using any integrations to save you time and make you more money. So for example, ManyChat has just introduced a bunch of new features, which are great. We've got now a PayPal integration, we've got SMS, email, all types of things, and all of these things are gonna help you save time in your business day and then also generate more revenue on the back end for you. There's also a MailChimp integration, there's a Google Sheets integration. That way you're not having to spend time on manual administrative things like manually adding email lists to your MailChimp or setting up your Google Doc or your Google Sheet in a certain way so that you're collecting your data. You don't want to waste any time on that. You definitely want to make sure that you're utilizing the integrations. And then also you want to make sure that you are, if you're not familiar with those things, you can also use Zapier for multiple other integrations as well. And Integromat actually. So make sure that you're checking those out to see how you can save yourself time instead of piecemealing things and finding out, oh no, I forgot to add this to my Google Sheet or I forgot to add this to my MailChimp. Stop all of that. Cut all of that out. You have money to make. So now is the time to go ahead, if you have not already, look at Zapier, look at the ManyChat integrations, see what's available. That way you can utilize it, put it to use for your business. All right, number 9 is you only send promos. First of all, this is a huge no-no because Facebook Messenger policies don't technically allow it. So you definitely don't want to do that. But also because you've already gotten bot subscribers onto this platform where they're very comfortable, they're used to chatting with their family and friends. You don't want to screw it up by sending them a bunch of promos, especially if you're a marketer. People are always thinking that marketers are trying to make money and scam people. So you definitely don't want to send out promotions only to your audience. Definitely make sure that you're having a really good mix of content and different types of media in order to continue to garner the attention of your audience. Number 10 is you send messages at the wrong time. I can't tell you how many times I've been blown up at 2 a.m., 6 a.m., 12 midnight with chatbot messages from different people. Guys, pay attention to your scheduling. If you want to send it between a certain time, you can do that. But definitely make sure that you are paying attention to the time zones. Not everybody is going to be on your time zone, so definitely make sure you're paying attention to that. You don't want to be blowing people up at the wrong time. Otherwise, they're going to get upset, and if they get very upset, they may ban you from your messenger period. And you don't want that because if you start getting a high ban rate, then that's just not good for you. But make sure that you're paying attention to that. If you're blowing people up in the middle of the night, then your chatbot sucks. Number 11 is you're not segmenting people when they interact with your bot. Why is it important to segment your users? Because you need to know who you're talking to. So for example, if somebody comes through your bot and they say that they would like to schedule an appointment, you probably need to know whether or not they scheduled that appointment or not, right? So you probably need to add some tags to let you know whether or not they did. If they click the button, then you may have to just kind of follow up and make sure that they actually did click the button to schedule and that they actually did get on your calendar. But if they didn't, then you definitely want to make sure that you're following up with them. Number 12 is you're not using your tags for best case scenarios. So I like to use my tags in ManyChat the same way that I do in email. If someone has purchased something, then I want to know that. If they've clicked over to go to a certain funnel, then I definitely want to know that. Whatever information that I can collect about the user and their interactions with my bot, I try to make sure that I have those in my ManyChat as well. So this is a little more advanced, and that's okay. You may not be ready for this right now, but it's definitely something that you need to consider for your bot strategy later on. Okay, number 13 is you're not using keywords. This is so important. ManyChat has a keyword feature where you can type in certain keywords that your audience may use and then also connect that to a certain reply. Here's what happens if you don't set up keywords. Your user ends up getting the dreaded default reply, and we don't want them getting that if we can answer their question, especially if it's a common question. Now, one thing about doing this with your bot is you can probably start out with this as far as information that you already have about your audience and questions that they ask. But you'll need to pay attention going forward, or have someone on your team pay attention to what people are asking when they're in your bot, because these are things that you can take and you can add keywords for so that you don't have to do it later on. Okay, number 14 is big. If you have not tested your bot before you just push it out into the public, that's a big no-no. And it's gonna make you look like an amateur very quickly. So ManyChat has a feature where you can preview your message before you actually send it out. And you want to do this before every message because you want to make sure that your links are working. You want to make sure that certain tags are being applied properly if they need to be applied. You want to make sure that your timing delays are on point. There's nothing worse than getting a slew of messages at once because you forgot to check your timing delays. So that's another story for another day. I'm sure we've all had that happen before. But if you don't test it, then you won't know. So make sure that you are testing it. Make sure that everything is flowing properly, that your images are showing up, that your GIFs are moving automatically as they should be, and then you're good to go. But if not, your chatbot sucks, and other people are gonna know it too very quickly. Okay, and this is the very last tip, number 15. You're not cleaning your list. If you're not cleaning your list like you do your email, then your chatbot sucks. So here's the thing, guys. I know we all like these vanity metrics. We want to have a certain number of followers or a certain number of bot subscribers. All that's great, but who's making you money on the list? That's what really matters. It's much better to have a super engaged community of chatbot subscribers than it is this huge list and nobody engages with you. So there are different ways that you can do this. Again, you can do like lead scoring, and you can send sequences to people who haven't interacted with your bot in a certain amount of time, but make sure that you're implementing these things. You're also paying for these people to be on your list. And if you're paying for them to be on your list and they're not interacting with you, or they're not engaging with you, they're not buying your products, then it's probably time for them to go. And I'm pretty sure that they won't notice they're not receiving your messages. And if they do, then guess what? They can come back and resubscribe. However, if you are not cleaning your list actively, definitely start making this a process for you every 3 to 6 months or so, because you don't want to pay for people who are just sitting on your list. Okay guys, so thank you so much for tuning into the training. I'm so glad that you have trusted me with this information and that you are going to be implementing it in your bot as well. Now I have something super special for you. So if you just look down below this video, then you will see some information about my ManyChat starter kit. So I've got a few things in here, including some flows that you can start putting into your ManyChat account immediately, some other resources for you so that you can go ahead and start implementing all the strategies that we've talked about on today's free training. So just look down below. All you have to do is click order now. If you have any questions, there's also a button to message me via my chatbot. So just give me a ring if you have a question, and I'd be more than happy to help. But go ahead and get your ManyChat starter kit now, because I don't know how long I'm going to have it at this price. So definitely make sure that you're going ahead, you're getting that now, and then I will see you on the other side.